Namaste and welcome to another enlightening episode of Learning Liberates. I am your friend, philosopher, and guide, Dr. Surendra. Today, we embark on an extraordinary exploration into one of the most profound philosophical inquiries in the Vedic and Upanishadic traditions, the concept of Atman and Brahman, the ultimate reality that lies at the core of existence. The Upanishads, the philosophical culmination of the Vedas, delve deeply into the relationship between the individual self, Atman, and the supreme, all-encompassing reality, Brahman. These ancient texts seek to answer the fundamental questions of existence. Who am I? What is the nature of reality? And how can one attain ultimate liberation, Moksha? Understanding Atman. The term Atman refers to the innermost self, the eternal, unchanging essence that exists beyond the body and mind. The Upanishads proclaim that the Atman is not confined to individual identity, but is the very essence of consciousness itself. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad states, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. This declaration signifies the realization that the Atman, when stripped of worldly illusions, is identical to the supreme reality, Brahman. In the Chandogya Upanishad, the sage Uddalaka teaches his son with the famous phrase, Tatvam Asi, thou art that. Here, the Upanishadic sages assert that the true self of an individual is none other than the universal consciousness. Thus, self-knowledge is not merely an intellectual pursuit, but a transformative realization that liberates one from the cycle of birth and rebirth. Understanding Brahman. The concept of Brahman in the Upanishads represents the ultimate, infinite reality that transcends all limitations of time, space, and causation. Brahman is described as Nirgun, without attributes, and Saguna, with attributes, embodying both transcendence and immanence. The Mundaka Upanishad offers a succinct yet profound description. Brahman is the imperishable, the unseen seer, the unheard hearer, the unthought thinker, the unknown knower. This verse highlights the ineffable nature of Brahman, which exists beyond the reach of the senses yet underlies all existence. The relationship between Atman and Brahman, a central tenet of Upanishadic philosophy, is the unity of Atman and Brahman. This understanding dispels the illusion of separateness and establishes that the ultimate goal of life is to realize this unity. According to the Mandukya Upanishad, the experience of deep sleep, Sushupti, where the individual mind dissolves into the undifferentiated consciousness, offers a glimpse into the state of oneness with Brahman. However, true realization requires disciplined self-inquiry and meditation. The Bhagavad Gita, synthesizing Vedic and Upanishadic teachings, emphasizes this unity when Lord Krishna declares, the self is neither born nor does it die. It is eternal, unborn, and unchanging. This realization forms the foundation of Advaita Vedanta, a philosophical school that asserts non-duality, the idea that Atman and Brahman are ultimately one and the same. The path to realizing Atman and Brahman. The Upanishads advocate several pathways to realize this truth. Jnana Yoga, path of knowledge, the rigorous process of self-inquiry and discernment, leading to the direct experience of unity. Dhyana, meditation, concentrated contemplation that dissolves the barriers of ego and reveals the true nature of the self. Bhakti, devotion, a path of surrender and love that cultivates a deep connection with the divine essence of Brahman. Karma Yoga, selfless action performing one's duties without attachment, purifying the mind and preparing it for self-realization. Practical applications of Atman-Brahman realization. In today's fast-paced world, the realization of the Atman-Brahman unity can offer profound psychological and spiritual benefits. By recognizing that our true essence is beyond material identities, we cultivate detachment, inner peace, and a sense of interconnectedness with all beings. Practicing mindfulness, selfless service, and self-reflection can help integrate this wisdom into daily life, leading to greater harmony and fulfillment. Conclusion. The Upanishads provide a timeless message: the realization that the self, Atman, and the ultimate reality, Brahman, are one. This understanding liberates us from the cycle of suffering and allows us to experience boundless joy and peace. As the Katha Upanishad beautifully states, when the wise realize the self as the supreme reality, they transcend sorrow and delight in eternal bliss. Thank you for joining me on this contemplative journey into the essence of existence. Until we meet again, may the wisdom of the Upanishads illuminate your path. Namaste.